There we go. Hello, world. It is Friday, August 20, 2020. This is episode number 54. How to make your home an investment. This is a special 5-minute Friday edition. If you are there and you can hear me, please let me know. The 39.6 Facebook Live show is the show that teaches high-income earners like yourself how to make your money work for you. We talk about taxes, investing, real estate, syndications, Airbnb, and even the car you drive. Today's episode, how to make your home an investment. All right, so number one, my rule about buying a home is it is not an investment, with exceptions, okay? So here are the exceptions. Exception number one, house hacking. There's a lot of ways to house hack, but house hacking puts money into your pocket, okay? So one very basic way to house hack is to buy a house, live in it for a year, and then move out of it, and then it becomes a rental. And you can do this every year, getting a owner-occupied mortgage, okay? So all you need to do is buy that house with an owner-occupied mortgage, buy a house that works as a rental property. You do not just buy any house. It has to be a rental property on paper. First has to meet all the numbers. And then you can potentially even get in at a lower down payment because it's owner-occupied and get favorable mortgage terms because it's owner-occupied for 1 year. You move out and it's a rental, okay? You can also house hack by buying a multifamily property, a duplex, a triplex, a fourplex, and living in one of the units, renting the rest of it, okay? Alternatively, you could have a house and rent out one room or multiple rooms. This works great like if you're in college or grad school. You could buy a house and rent out all the rooms to people and not have to pay any rent. Keep your cost of living close to zero, if not negative, okay? That's a great way to keep your expenses low. And so they live in flip. So that is, you're buying a property to flip it, okay? So you're getting something under value with upside. So you might be getting this from an auction. You may be getting this pre-foreclosure from a distressed seller, getting it subject to the existing mortgage, which we can talk about in another episode, where you take the other mortgage over and continue the payments and keep it in place. But you are buying it as a flip. But then once you buy it, you are going to move into it and live there. And you may live there for, let's say, a whole year. And while you are there, you fix up the property. You do it yourself or you hire people out. There are a lot of ways to do this, but you have a whole year to do it. So if you're young and you're hustling and you don't have kids everywhere all the time, it's easier to potentially do some of the work yourself, okay? And this is a great way, again, to live for free and even make money because you're getting something under value, okay? And then when you sell it, you're getting it sold at retail. And you are making money, and you can rinse and repeat every single year, keeping your cost of living negative, making money to sleep. Okay, granted, you're doing work and flipping this property. Now, number three is the easiest because it's the most passive, but it's also the least, it's the most speculative. It is forced appreciation method. Okay, so you have to live in an area where the appreciation in that little area, not like a city, I'm talking about like a tiny part of the city, where that sub-market is appreciating faster than the rest of the market in the area or in the country, okay? So you're buying in an area that is turning over. Like it is at the fringe edges of where people want to live and where people don't want to live. That tends to move outward because people can't afford the expensive houses, so they go close to it where it's cheap, and then those become nicer, and so it spreads, right? So you have to buy in those places, and you're not buying the nicest house there. You're buying like a medium house or the cheapest house. And as all the other houses on the block get flipped over, renovated, or torn down and rebuilt, the property values just keep going up, and your land value, not your house value, but your land value keeps going up, okay? And you live there for a year, 2 years, you sell. If you do the 2-year rule, you don't have to pay any capital gains up to $500,000 if you're married, $250,000 if you are single. So you can do that for the live and flip, and you can also do that with the forced appreciation method. If you stay there for at least 1 year, you're only paying long-term capital gains, but 2 years, you get that capital gains for free. So you can rinse and repeat this every 2 years, but you might not be living in the neighborhood you want to live in because this is the area that's turning over. You're gonna have houses on the block that probably aren't the nicest houses, okay? You might not feel as comfortable walking your dog around the block in the evening or taking your kids outside. But if you want your home to be an investment, it has to fit one of these categories because it has to give you a way to put money in your pocket today or later, but not just with the market, above and beyond the market, okay? So there you go. There's our 6-minute, 5-minute episode. Until tomorrow, episode number 55. Have a great one. This is again brought to you by the Medicine, Money, and Marriage podcast. This is for strictly entertainment purposes and not to be misconstrued as legal, professional, or any other advice. Please ask any professionals prior to making any of your own decisions. Have a good one.